Hello and welcome to my awesome health journey. I am going to be talking about Orange Theory today because I hit a goal that I've been working on. As I've mentioned a few times, I am going to Orange Theory, and today I hit 1.3 miles in a workout. So we have tread workouts at Orange Theory, and they range from this two-group class where we do tread and floor, roughly 22 to about 28 minutes long. And I keep track of how the longest I've gone in a class. And I count the entire class. I don't just count the actual workout itself. I count the warm up before that because that's how I want to count it. And, that's what's sent to me on the app. It's not the workout, but the entire thing. So, it's about 28 minutes because even though today's workout was 23 minutes, it's about 5 minutes of warm up where I'm walking and it's a couple minutes warm up, and then they go talk to the floor and tell them what they're going to do, and then they come back to the tread. And that's generally the case for some workouts. And so 1.3 miles probably doesn't sound super impressive, and honestly, I don't think it is super impressive overall, but it's super impressive for me. So I kind of kept track of this, but this is something where I now take a picture of and celebrate. And the story of how I started that was because, that app tells you how far you went every workout. And I was part of a 3-group class when I first started. I like going at 11:15, and that was like a 45-minute 3-group class. So those classes were generally about, at most, 22 minutes on the tread, at most. Sometimes they did like a 2-group 45-minute. No, it was a 2-group 40. Sometimes, yeah, whatever. Sometimes they did 2-group 45-minute classes, and I would be able to do 22 minutes. And it took me a long time. When I first started, I was averaging 0.4 miles a workout, 20 minutes to go 0.4 miles, which shows how, bad I was at that time, out of shape. But as I started working out, I started hitting 0.5, and then I hit 0.6. And I noticed that it took me forever to hit 0.5. 0.5 was just huge, but 0.6 was pretty quick after that. And then during my workouts, I noticed, wait a second, I think I hit 0.7. I think 0.6 was like a month and a half at this point. And I was like, wow, this is great. And so I'm doing this workout and I hit 0.7, and I just pump fisted to myself because I was happy. Because this showed me at this time that I was doing very slow incremental improvements, inching closer and closer to the 0.1 increase. But this was like a month and a half. I was like, holy crap, that's great. And I fist bumped, and the coach at the time, her name was Dana. Her name still is Dana. I mean, she's still alive and still works there. And she's awesome. She was one of my favorite coaches because she's the coach I worked out with the most at first. You always love your first coach the most. Just kidding. I love all of them the same. They're all great. But anyway, anyways, it's always... But she noticed that I was happy, and I just told her, yeah, I hit 0.7 in a workout string for the first time, and for me, that felt big. And she's like, oh, let's take a picture. That's awesome. I'm like, oh, whatever. So I took a picture, and I celebrated. And I was like, hey, you know what? Every 0.1, I'll take a picture, because I like to keep track of that progress. And I've learned that I need to celebrate myself, which I think is the most important thing that I've learned in this process, is to continue celebrating myself and sharing my accomplishments and seeing people hit like on my Facebook post that I, take that picture of like a new PR, and people are like, way to go. And, it feels nice, and it helps keep me going, and helps me keep this idea that these workouts are not negotiable. And the important part of the workout is the workout, not exactly what it does for me on weight, but what it does for me on ability to walk farther, faster, and be stronger. So, as I said, this one was 1.3, which, as you notice, is way bigger than 0.7. It's almost double. Well, something changed. So I did 0.7, wasn't like a month and a half, 2 months, I did 0.8, and I was working towards 0.9. They changed classes on me for 11:15, turned into lift or tread 50, which I did not want to do, so I moved to 12:15, and then 12:15 went from a 3-group class to a 2-group class. And so and also 12:15 instead of being 45 minutes, which is what I liked because I was very out of shape, turned into a regular hour class, which on a whole I still is better for me. I should work out more. And yeah, at the time I was like, oh, I have to work out more. But at the same time, and so I went from 0.8 to 1.16 in November. And so then I had to decide where I want to celebrate. I didn't want to celebrate 1.2 because it was so close to 1.16. And I didn't want to do 1.25 because I didn't want to do 5s. So I decided to do 1.3 as my next celebration. And today I finally hit it. In 28 minutes and 30 seconds about. In fact, I went a little extra when they called time just to make it hit that because I wanted that goal and it made sense, but it was only a few seconds, 5 seconds over when they said stop, so I'm fine with that. But I mean, on a whole, so that's basically the story of how I decided to track that, and it's just fun, and it helps me, and it helps keep me going because this has been a long and arduous process. I've never worked out this hard, it feels like. But I have. I mean, I wrestled and did all those things back in high school, but I've never been this out of shape and pushing for so long. And honestly, it's a little disheartening overall by how out of shape and old I am, by what an athlete I used to be in my brain, and how hard I've pushed to get to be this not that good at walking. To do 1.3 miles in 28 minutes is that's not going to win any Olympic gold medals, but at the same time, just have to focus on where I was before and where I was, and as I improve, I'm improving my quality of life, I'm improving my body, I'm increasing my health line, my ability to live longer is increasing, my mortality rate. I'm doing all the important things, and a lot of it is focus. And one thing about celebrating those accomplishments is also helps keep me focused. Now I get to shoot for 1.4. It's probably going to take a couple months, especially since now that I've reached the point where I reached now, it's harder for me to go above 3.5-ish on the tread with my short stubby legs, and it's hard for me to move that fast, so I'm really working on bringing the floor up. And today I did 2.8 miles per hour for 23 minutes, which was great for me. Obviously, it allowed me to hit this, which is 21:23, 21:25 minute mile, which I think it's the fastest mile I've done so far. I thought about keeping track of that lately, but that takes extra work, and if Orange Theory would just do that for me automatically, I would keep track of it. But it shows pace. Well, it's not my fastest. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But, I'm really happy for this accomplishment. I'm happy that I'm pushing forward. I'm happy that I'm getting better. And I'm happy that, I'm just happy that I'm getting better. My quality of life has improved so much in the last 2 years. My 2-year anniversary at Orange Theory is in 9 days, where I've been there for 2 years. And I'm in such a different place of where my body is than where it was, and that's the most important part. And I think, in life we think about competition and we look outside of ourselves, but our true competition is here and who we are and where we were. And it's also not even where we were in the past, it's where we were at our lowest point as we try to build ourselves back up. And that's what I just got to keep on focusing on, is where I was 2 years ago when I started. And I started in a very, very bad spot, and now I'm in a much better spot. So anyways, that's my little story about my 1.3 personal record. I hope you enjoyed that little story. This is my 1.3 personal record dance. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for watching. I love you for who you are. And remember, you are worthy.